Hello everyone, our group project is called AR Dice Rolling. We created this project using Unity and our team has different roles for members, which are like team leading, UI designer member or tester. The main idea is to roll virtual dice in real-world space using augmented reality. And in this presentation, we will show you how we made it and explain each part step by step. Thank you. So these are our members. Team is like a leader who coordinates everything and created the dice rolling mechanism. And PM work on building the dice prehab, adding phases. Jesse work in a testing shift for our project. Roger, who is me, handle all the video editing and presenting steps. KZ design the user interface. So in our Unity project, the hierarchy panel contains several important objects that work together to achieve the AR dice rolling function. In raw image, this object displays the live feed from the webcam, providing a real-time camera view for augmented reality. It is used in conjunction with OpenCV to process the camera feed and detect the dice face after it is rolled. This helps in visually capturing and analyzing the dice movement in the AR environment. And hidden platform. This is an invisible object placed in the AR scene. While it is not visible to the user, it plays a crucial role in helping position the dice accurately on the detected surfaces or planes in the real world. It ensures that the dice falls and rests on a suitable flat surface once it is spawned. And roll dice button. This interactive UI button in the hierarchy triggers the dice rolling action when tapped by the user. The button is linked to a script such as Dice Roller that calls the roll dice function. When pressed, the dice rolls with random forces applied to it, simulating a real dice roll. This button is usually placed in the canvas to allow for easy user interaction. These elements work together to create a seamless AR experience where the dice can be placed on the detected plane and roll with a button click. The dice prehab is the actual model of the dice, which can either be a 3D object or a simplified cube. It contains essential components that make it function properly in the game. And rigid body. The rigid body is a key component attached to the dice to give it physical properties. It allows the dice to interact with Unity's physics system, making it behave realistically by responding to gravity, forces, and collisions. When the dice is rolled, the rigid body ensures that it moves in a dynamic way, such as bouncing, spinning, and tumbling. The rigid body also has properties like mass drag and angular drag, which control how the dice reacts to different forces in the scene. And collider. The collider defines the physics boundaries of the dice and allows it to interact with other objects in the scene, such as the ground or other dice. We typically use a bounce collider for a simple shape like a dice, which accurately represents the dice boundaries. The collider ensures that the dice can detect when it touches something and stop moving or react accordingly. Together, the rigid body and collider ensure that the dice behaves naturally within the 3D wall, providing realistic motion when rolled and proper interactions with the environment. So let's break down the code. First one is variables and setup. Dice rigid body reference to the rigid body of the dice for physics control. Stud position saves the starting position of the dice. Roll force controls how much sideways force is applied when rolling. Extra gravity increases the downward force to make the dice fall faster. Now let's talk about stud function, which is initialization. Checks if dice rigid body is assigned. If not, it gets the rigid body component from the dice object, saves the dice stud position so it can be reset later. And the third one is fixed update, which is applying extra gravity. Fixed update is used for physics updates. Extra gravity is applied downward to make the dice fall faster. Force mode dot acceleration ensures that the force is applied continuously, like gravity. Now rolling the dice main function resets the dice position to the original starting point, gives a random rotation to make it look like a fresh roll, and it stops any movement by setting velocity to 0. Adjusting drag for more realism. Lower damping makes sure the dice doesn't slow down too quickly in the air, ensures smooth, realistic movement instead of stopping abruptly. Applying a sideways rolling force creates a random force on the X and Z axis sideways movement, no force on Y axis, so it doesn't fly up. Uses force move dot impulse to apply an instant push, making it roll. This script achieves faster falling dice by applying extra gravity, creating randomized rolling motion through random rotation and force, and ensuring realistic movement by using low damping and zero initial velocity. It also enables the dice to be rolled again at any time by pressing a button, providing a dynamic and interactive dice rolling experience. Thank you. Hope you enjoy Dice Roller.